tier.
Oh, the tier. Okay, I'm just gonna start 10 minutes. All right, well, they're bringing him down. Why don't we go ahead and call the case 570-680. Appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Hoskin, 11654, Promoter Attorney for Plaintiff Hoskin.
Thank you.
Jeanette Barrett, 13067, on an unbundled basis for this hearing, on behalf of the defendant, who I believe is shortly to appear telephonically.
Yeah, we won't start without him. I just wanted to get that out of the way. So have a seat, I guess, until we get him on the line.
Ma'am?
Mr. Hoff?
We're all here. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, I've called the case. I'm waiting for...
Okay, perfect.
All right, are you Mr. Hoff?
Yes.
All right, we've already called the case. Your attorney's present, as well as plaintiff and her attorney. We're here today for a case management conference. Just some housekeeping before we get started. First, there was a default entered in this case in July. Presuming we're okay setting aside the default?
Of course.
All right. We'll set aside the July 5th, 2018 default and proceed forward in this case. I have reviewed the pleadings are before me at this point in time. I do understand what each side's requests are. I don't have a financial disclosure form from your client. I assume it won't be too difficult to fill out.
Sir, we're having a hard time hearing you.
Is that any better? Is that
A little bit, sir, yes.
That is better?
Yes.
Okay. So how long until we get a financial disclosure form?
I will send it to him today. Usually takes about 2 weeks for me to get
Hello?
everything back.
Okay. All right, then we'll look.
We're not hearing anything.
How about that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're down to about 3 weeks. We can get something on file, make sure it
That's
gets forwarded over to plaintiff.
May I ask, is my attorney present?
Yes, sir, your attorney's present. She's the one I'm talking to.
Okay, thank you very much. Hello, Jay.
Good morning, David.
Okay. All right. It looks like really what we're dealing with is custody. It doesn't look like we've got a lot of assets and debts to divide. Is that a fair statement?
That's a fair statement, Your Honor.
All right. And counsel, your client is requesting joint physical custody?
At this point in time, Your Honor, on a temporary basis, that's somewhat ludicrous. He's quite aware of his circumstances.
Okay.
What we would request is that some phone visitation on a limited basis now that the TPO has expired.
I'm sorry, you guys are fading in and out. We're not hearing anything.
Well, do you need to be on speaker there?
Yeah, we are on speaker, sir.
Do you need to be on speaker is my
Yeah.
question.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Okay, well, we'll try and talk louder. This is the
Thank you
best
very much.
setup we can have.
Okay.
Go ahead, counsel. If you want to maybe move to the middle chair there.
So yes, Your Honor, what I was saying was that joint physical custody at this point in time is not appropriate and somewhat ludicrous given the circumstances. My client's very aware of his circumstances, but he would request that he have some kind of phone visitation with the children whereby he would be allowed at least some limited times to call and have the children be able to be put on the phone so that he can have contact. He has had zero contact for 15 months, and he was living full-time in the house with the children prior to his being taken back into incarceration.
So how long is he going to be incarcerated?
He's up for a parole hearing, we think, in December, although...
Of this year?
Yes, although we don't... I have not been able to confirm he's on the list. The earliest possible release date is March the 1st of next year. So if we could put this out at least past the December hearing and preferably past March.
Yeah, I'm currently setting in mid-March on my trials, so if that works out for everybody, we'll get you a trial date then.
That
We
would,
don't have any opposition to any of that, and actually, council and I had spoken in the hallway, and we're willing to stipulate to not renew the TPO, and to also work out some limited phone contact in the interim time between now and then. We just ask that he not make any disparaging remarks, that he obviously not, say
Certainly.
anything
No,
about
we've got
harm
a-
to the children.
Do we have a JPI in
I
effect?
don't think so.
Your Honor, there was one requested. I assume it got issued, but it was never filed or
Recently
served.
requested?
No, it
I
was
think at the beginning of the case when
at the
she
very
was resolved.
beginning, and she was doing it by herself, so she probably didn't necessarily know how to make that
Yeah,
happen.
if you can follow up with the clerk's office, if it was requested, it should have been issued.
I assume it was.
I'm not seeing it in my listing of where we are. All right,
And so we would ask, Your Honor, if I could, I'd like to make an oral motion that you subpoena the CPS records in this case so that we can take a look at them, Your Honor.
I can certainly request them.
That's all I ask for.
And then the probation violations.
And do you have the ability to request the PMP records from the violation? Okay, that'll be a separate issue for
Those will need
me.
to be subpoenaed outside of me.
I'll take care of that, Your Honor. Is it okay if I start some basic discovery
Oh, yeah,
for that
discovery's open.
purpose? Okay.
We're good to go forward.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, then we'll set your evidentiary hearing. Why don't we go later into March, maybe into April?
That would be great. If he gets out, I would have time to at least meet with him. He's in Loveland.
That's fine.
Hello?
Yes?
Yeah, sorry, it went blank for a while.
That's because nobody's talking.
Okay, so I'm gonna set your evidentiary hearing date for April 19th, or excuse me, April 9th, and that'll be a step one.
I'm sorry, I can't hear anything at all.
That's because nobody's saying anything, sir.
Okay.
And your calendar call's gonna be March 26th at 11. And was that April 9th date, was that a half day or a full day?
Half day.
Half day, starting in the morning or
Is that, yeah, morning?
1:30.
1:30, sorry.
It's okay.
All right. Anything I can do at this point in time to assist? I think my biggest concern was the joint physical request, given where we currently are. It sounds like
On a temporary basis,
we're working
yeah.
through that. I would typically send you to mediation at this point in time, but given the circumstances, it doesn't seem like that would be anything other than a waste of time. So I'll ask counsel to work through that. Certainly if parole is not granted, then I don't know why we would go forward with the trial. Certainly we'd enter an order subject to modification post-release. In fact, you guys may want to consider discussing that as an option based upon what happens in December.
I've already agreed that I would negotiate with Ms. Caston until the order from this hearing is filed. Then I'll be off the case because I'm unbundled.
Right.
However, should he be able to retain me further, I will let Ms. Caston and the court know.
All right, let me give me a minute. I'll get you case management order and get you guys on your way. Unless there's something else I can do to help.
No, but are we stipulating to a couple of phone calls?
Yes.
Limited time, 20 minutes, half hour? I mean, he's not going to be able to stay on very long.
20 minutes is
20 minutes is plenty. They're
Not
really
paying
young.
attention.
Max of 20 minutes.
Max.
Okay, max of 20 minutes.
Divorce litigation.
Okay, and you'll provide me a phone number and we'll talk about days and times.
Hello?
Yes?
I'm sorry, it continues to go in and out, and I can't hear what's being said, sir.
Well, your attorney is talking about getting you some phone contact, and we've got stipulation with regard to that.
I'm going to be allowed to talk to my kids?
Not today, no. They're going to work that out, and your attorney will be in contact with you.
Am I going to be allowed to say anything during this hearing at all, or no, sir?
I would ask your attorney if she thinks it's a good idea. You're represented by counsel today.
Okay.
David, this is a temporary Band-Aid on the situation.
Right.
We're not gonna be back in court until March the 26th to talk about a trial that could happen in April. We have plenty of time to communicate between you and I in the meantime. I believe the judge knows everything he needs to know at this time. He's going to get the CPS records for us if he can, and the rest of it we'll talk about on the phone. Is that acceptable?
Yeah, does the judge understand exactly why I'm incarcerated and how this all transpired?
It doesn't
no,
make any
David,
difference to me, sir.
that makes no difference today. I tried to explain that to you. That would be
Okay.
an issue for trial.
As far as the phone calls, because it's on a collect call basis, if I don't have the money on my account to buy the phone time, then the other person's going to have to purchase the phone time so I'm able to call.
David, our law firm will make sure that you have access to phone time.
Okay, thank you.
All right, and counsel, once we get the case management, or I'm sorry, the CPS records, I know you're unbundled. Do you want to be contacted at that
I
point
do.
in time? All right. Sorry, Mike. I'm having technical difficulties with this order.
You guys still there?
Yes?
Hello?
Yes?
I'm sorry, there's zero sound here.
I know, because nobody's saying anything.
All right.
So if you just pay attention to what is said, and you'll see that there's natural breaks when we're doing things here,
All right.
it should be fine.
Jay, I'd like to speak to my wife, too, if you can make that happen somehow.
I cannot.
All right.
All right, so get me that finance disclosure form in 3 weeks. I'm sure council gets a copy of that, and unless we get a resolution, we will see you guys in March.
Thank you.
All right, good luck. We're gonna hang
Thank
up
you,
now,
Your
sir. Sir,
Yes, sir.
we're gonna hang up now.
All right, Jay, when can I call you?
I expect it, David.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.